Hi UConn Nation, Jim Penders here. We're going to go through my top 10 moments in my head coaching career, and news for you, I'm not going to be able to limit it to 10. We've got a few more than that and lots more than that, but I think we're going to have the time, unfortunately, to do more than 10, so we're going to take advantage of that, and I'm certainly not going to rank them. These are all so important, I find them impossible to put in ranking order. So here goes nothing. First one that came to mind was the 2007 season. Last weekend of the regular season, and we are in South Bend, Indiana. We had a whale of a time ever winning. Forget about winning a series there. I don't think we ever had. And in my tenure as an assistant or as a head coach. And a lot of that had to do with we would buy into the mystique. I had just as many Irish Catholic guys, it seemed like, in those days as Notre Dame did. And I'd run into all of those guys when we'd stay on campus at the Jameson Inn. We'd wind up running into each other at the Basilica or at the Grotto or Touchdown Jesus. And it seemed like it was 10-0 in the first inning before we even played a game. So we made the decision to move off campus, and we stayed downtown after that. We had a little better luck. Some guys still got to campus and got to take in the sights and sounds, but it didn't seem like we were fighting from behind when we weren't actually staying on the campus. So I don't know if that had anything to do with this, but we split the first two games, and we needed to win on Sunday. We also needed help. We needed West Virginia to lose to Georgetown at West Virginia, and we needed Cincinnati also to lose to Louisville that day for us to sneak in as the last seed in the Big East tournament in Brooklyn that year. We came off a really good season in 2006, 39 wins. We had graduated a bunch of really good players, but we had a really good cast of characters returning. And we were down 5-0 in that game in the sixth. It was not looking good. The other scores I didn't even care about because it didn't look like we were going to get it done. And lo and behold, the Fighting Huskies came from behind and did a great job gaining on them. We're down one run in the top of the ninth, and bases are loaded, 2 outs, 2 strikes. We were down to 2 outs, 2 strikes, I think 3 or 4 different times in that inning. And find a way to load the bases. Larry Day, our starting catcher, three hitter, is at second base, and I remember distinctly trying to debate whether or not to bring him out of the game, pinch run for him, because as great a catcher and as great a leader and as great a hitter as Larry was, he was not fleet of foot. So we made the decision to leave him in. Matt Unteat, his classmate and good buddy, hit one off the end and squirted up the middle past diving second baseman and shortstop, both really good middle infielders. Found a way to sneak it in there, and it was hit just slow enough where I could wheel Larry around, and in a cloud of dust, we go up a run. We hang on, I think 1, 2, 3, ninth, and close it out, and then we're on to Brooklyn from there. We had a great bus ride to O'Hare that day. I'll never forget Brian Cleary, the head coach from Cincinnati, calling me on my cell phone and congratulating us on making the tournament. And knowing that he was going to be at home, I told him, I said, boy, I don't know if the shoe was on the other foot, I'd be big enough to do that. It was an incredible lesson in graciousness and first class by Coach Cleary, something I'll never forget. And I'll never forget that plane ride home. We didn't need the plane to fly that night. Got home and made some noise, and that subsequent noise in that Big East tournament. Matt Unteat was a hero again in that tournament for us. But yeah, that Sunday in South Bend was pretty memorable.